Horses are parading for the final event here on Hannon's Handicap Day. We trust you've had a wonderful day at the KBRC, and there is still one winner to back. And Crishane, no pressure, but this is a week that is a bit of a marathon, and the punters need to build a bank going into Cup Day on Saturday. What are your confidence levels like in the last?
Well, this morning on the racing show up at the Palace at the Hoover's Cafe, I declared to the boys that this was my best bet of the day, but in terms of a betting proposition, around about 290. It is the favourite, number 11, Great Charade, but just where it sits in running is a little bit concerning. It is a bigger field that we've experienced. The fields have been lighter on this afternoon, but we have seen them race up on the speed, the winners being a typical hot summer dry day.
Well, you weren't alone with Great Charade. I did hear a few people at the airport talking about this horse. There's been a few people willing to tip it. Absolute is the first horse we'll look at here. And we spoke to Peter Fernie earlier on today and asked him his best for the remainder of the day, and he was bullish about the chances of Absolute. Mitch Pateman in the saddle.
Yeah, he's starting to hit his straps at the right time, heading into the carnival, number 1, Absolute. The last 2 runs have been solid for this. He looked pretty bright, and his ears pricked in the preliminary, so he can definitely make a case.
Bevel is the 2, Neil Della, Paddy Carberry.
Yeah, looked well in the coat. He's just going out there in a light canter, and he's getting on in age. He hasn't been the most reliable the last couple of starts. He's been down the track in better company, admittedly, but not today.
Bumper Humper resumes here. It's been 75 days since we've last seen her. Dion Luciani, Brad Parnham.
Yeah, just with the clerk of the course, and did look a little bit spritey in the yard. This Alfred Nobel 3-year-old filly takes on the older horses, and she goes into it fresh. I thought the trial was okay, but behind some sort, which we see go around on Saturday here.
Palace Rogue is the 4, Cliff Smith, Fiona Bell.
Yeah, well beaten down the track to recapitulate last start. Has been freshened up, but not in this.
Pure Magnus is the 5. This horse is having its first start at Kalgoorlie. Is coming off the Northern Belmont sort of form. Peter Fernie, Kiri Yule.
Yeah, easier assignment than last time out down at Northern, and prior to that at Belmont Park. He's now with the master trainer of the Goldfields, Peter Fernie, who now trains, so definitely have to make a case. We saw Nord Avenue. That was a sharp improver win earlier on in the day. So, yes, definitely have to have Pure Magnus amongst the mix.
Start the Friar is the 6, Kylie Craig, Maddie Derrick claiming 2.
Yeah, hasn't done enough for mine last few starts, even here. Last start was well down the track to Star Align, and then prior to that at Pinjarra, so not going good enough.
Cape Sunion is the 7, Trevor Tasker, Jade McNaught.
It was only beaten 2.5 lengths behind Star Align last start, over 1400, drops back. Jade McNaught goes on, is a bonus.
Palmer Morenti, the 8, Brian Curtis and Troy Turner.
Yeah, hasn't been going good enough for mine, but he has had that break and does fire fresh. But still look plain in the mounting yard, was 6 lengths off Manhattan Money on the 6th of September, so not keen.
Another horse here that is first up, Scooter's Machine, coming off that 98-day spacing, Chris Gilbert and Christy Bennett.
Yeah, Scooter's Machine used to be up here racing. I think he's owned by some Leonora contingent owners, and used to be trained up here by Dave Smith, and did string a win and a second up here last time in work, but first up looked a little bit big in condition for mine.
Great Charade is the 11. This is the horse that this morning, Crishane, you declared as your best bet of the day for John Lugg and Sean O'Donnell.
Lucky last. We've got to try and get out, and that we're going to accomplish, I think, and I hope, with Great Charade. Was never on the track last time out. Brittany put up over the pace, really let down to score well over this trip. A horse that does appreciate galloping room, and I think it's a horse that's going places. It's a similar race to what he met last time out on the 20th of September. He's the horse to beat in my mind.
On the Terps is the 12. This horse headed out to the gates early. Cliff Smith, Chris Graham.
Yeah, went out with the clerk of the course. The earmuffs were on, as it usually does. So we'll get rearwards, just looking elsewhere. I know it's drawn gate 1, but it does get back. It is on the minimum, so it will have to pick up a lot of ground to come into play.
And Templeman, the final runner here, carrying just the flyweight of 51.
Yeah, he's either hit or miss this 6-year-old now, Regano. He's only a small tacker, but his last start was down the track to Manhattan Money. Hasn't been beaten by big margins, but he very rarely wins. Number 13, Templeman.
All right, let's hear your top 4 for the last on Hannan's Day, Chrishane.
Best bet of the day, going out into the last, and hopefully racegoers can be cashed up, come back for Saturday's proceedings, the Iron Jack Kalgoorlie Cup. That being said, number 11, Great Charade on top for me, from 1 Absolute, 3 Bumper Humper, and 7 Cape Sunyan. 11, 1, 3 and 7, top 4 out of Kalgoorlie in the lucky last.
As we hand you upstairs to Macca for the final time today.
Pure Magnus goes up there to join them. Templeman comes up, Absolute, to join the line. Nominated to run as well on Saturday at the Cup meeting. In goes Templeman. Last to move forward will be Absolute. 275 favourite here at the expense of Great Charade, 280. Red lights have been switched on. Absolute has completed the line and they're ready to run. In fact, there they go. They're off and racing. Absolute third last as they hit the ground. Templeman dropping straight to the back of the field. Out very quickly, Scooter's Machine driving forward outside of it. Great Charade after the break and kicking up just behind those soon after the start. Bumper Humper over on the inside on the Terps. Posied up running fourth, a length and a half away. Then Cape Sunyan being followed further back behind them by Bevel. And then Pure Magnus a length away over on the inside. Next of all, Palace Rogue when they leave the back. 3/4 of a length, Palmer Marenti. Absolute start the fry back there together. A clear last is Templeman. About 10 from the leader. Scooter's Machine took that roll up at the 600, led by a length clearly now from Great Charade. About 2 lengths away. Then over on the outside came the filly Bumper Humper, who's up forward coming to the turn on the Terps, joining her. A length away behind them, Cape Sunyan being followed by Pure Magnus. Start the Fryer. Bevel headed the remainder there. Homeward bound Scooter's Machine with a kick at the top of the straight. 300 left to run. Scooter's Machine 2.5. Great Charade now being popped. The question coming out after the leader on the Terps, back on the fence third. Start the Friars finishing full of running right down the outside. Scooter's Machine joined by Great Charade. Start the Fryer over the top of them, grab the lead. Start the Fryer hit the front. Start the Fryer got up from probably Great Charade second ahead of Scooter's Machine. Pure Magnus getting busy late in the race in front of Cape Sunyan on the Terps and also Palmer Marenti. Absolute after settling well back past a few in the run home. They included Bevel, who's back there in company as well with Palace Rogue, and then Templeman and Bumper Humper. Well, the filly she knocked up badly after being there nearing the turn and is the last of them home. Start the Fryer has got home to score at any old odds. Matty Derrick in the saddle for Kylie Craig. The Black Friars gilding. Start the Fryer. 41 fix will pay 49.90, 8.30, and might have destroyed quaddy players there with a big upset result in the last event of the day. Getting the better of Great Charade, Scooter's Machine, and then Pure Magnus, who'd finished strongly in the last little bit, but it's a bit of an upset here. A neck, a short neck margin, 6, 11, 10 and 5. 6, 11, 10 and 5, they are those numbers. And 1:17.44 being the time. The winner for the Lucky Duck Racing Syndicate, that they are today, along with S. L.P. Taylor, S. Bradley, M. Backrack, Mrs. M. Taylor, Mrs. S. Miller, J. Moran, the Gate Connection Syndicate, trained by Kylie Craig. And ridden by Matty Derrick, getting home to score from Great Charade, the Magnus Guessing Game gelding, John Lugg, Sean O'Donnell. They've run the split in 34.9. And third home Scooters Machine by Machino from Callaway Dale, Chris Gilbert and Christy Bennett there to the last of the day. Start the Friar has certainly produced a turn up for the books there and taken out the last event on Tab Touch Hannon's Handicap Day. With the Cup, of course, on the weekend. We'll get to the yard in a few moments and join up with Brittany Taylor after this surprise result.
I'll get you for an interview.
Awesome, thanks Brittany.
Here in the yard with Kylie Craig after the victory of Start the Friar. Kylie, what were your confidence levels like coming into today? I know it's a horse that you haven't had for a great deal of time.
No, it was very unknown with Start the Friar as he failed last time we were down here, but we thought bring him back for another go and he's surprised over the shorter distance.
Tell us the story about how he came into your care.
It's with a long-time owner of mine. He purchased the horse and he's given him to me to care, and we've had success in the second start. So
yeah, it's been a nice quick turnaround. If only they were all like that.
I know.
At a big price today as well. What were your thoughts during the run?
I thought he was a little bit back, but Maddie rode him perfectly. I asked her to keep him out of trouble. He's always slow away and then gathers momentum, and spot on.
Certainly was. Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, Brittany.
Kylie Craig there after the victory of Start the Friar. A brilliant win in the last. Might have knocked a few out of the quaddie. I'll grab Maddie Derrick for a word. Maddie, I was sitting near you when you were asking Jade McNaught, sort of what's this horse like behind the scenes as she's ridden him? What sort of advice did she give you?
She sort of said he can pull pretty hard, but he's a nice ride and everything like that. So, and she wasn't wrong. He did travel into it quite nicely. I just let him keep rolling, and he used less energy, I think, doing that than pulling against me. So, yeah, and he come home really good. So,
at what stage of the race were you really confident?
I think coming into the straight, he just tracked into it so well. I thought, I know I've been wide and punching into the breeze, but I think he's happy and he's still got plenty of legs left. So, yeah, I think around the 300, I was pretty confident he was going to get there.
He was home and hosed. Well done.
Thank you.
Maddie Derrick rounds out Hannon's Handicap Day on the Kylie Craig trained Start the Friar. New connections, and they've been able to recoup some of that purchase price in just start number 2 for them. So congratulations to the big group of owners in Start the Friar. So that rounds out the end of Hannon's Handicap Day. It's been a great day on the track, but also off the track as well. Fashions on the field. It's been so good in the year of 2020 where we've been so restricted to see everyone having such a great time. And we hope to see you all again on Saturday, and we'll do it all again for Cup Day.